Today we're stepping off the runway and into the creative engine behind one of the country's hottest fashion events.
He's a stylist turned visionary, the founder and director of Manila Fashion Week. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome John Lozano.
Woo-hoo! One good-looking fellow to the next.
I love it. Okay, extra style today because you're here. John, will start off with the question about, of course, the current project. So what inspired you to create the Manila Fashion Week? Because I feel like it's much needed.
Well, yeah.
It's much needed. Kailangan ko i-pause yun.
That is actually the answer. The inspiration behind it is really because I feel like we deserve a fashion week here in the Philippines, and I feel like there's so much talent with our local designers. And recently, there's been a surge of interest for local pieces, local designers, and I feel like it's time that we show the world what we have here.
Mm-hmm. Like, what do you want to show?
It's, you know, I've always said this before, the Philippines is really the true melting pot in the region, and I feel like our identity more than anything is that we're global. You know, we're a mixture of a lot of things, and I think the world needs to see that we're more than just beaches and jungles. There's a culture of style here in the Philippines, and it's I think it's just the right time for the world to see.
I love that you're saying this, John, because especially nowadays, a lot of the celebrities, the known people actually go out of the Philippines. Not that if there's anything wrong with that. You know, there's Paris Fashion Week and all these other fashion weeks, and they represent for international brands. And I've always felt like, bakit? Why not highlight the local designers? Is that exactly what we're doing here with our local designers as well and style?
Yeah, it's not just the designers, it's the local brands, the local fashion people, local style icons, so to speak. I think there's just this interest for anything Filipino, I feel like, on a global scale. You know, with the advent of like Filipino style stars going abroad, taking over fashion weeks all over the world, Filipinos going mainstream in Hollywood. There's just this interest for the Filipino culture, and I feel like fashion is a part of that. There's also interest in food, in music, in Filipino music. P-pop is making headlines all over the world with Beanie performing in Coachella. So I think the Philippines is ready to go global, and we just need all the help that we can get.
Right. You know, John, in Southeast Asia, there are emerging countries in the style world, right? You're talking about Vietnam. A lot of people are talking about it's quite hot news on Vietnam local fashion designers. Of course, the Thais have been there for some time now. The Japanese, we don't even have to discuss that. How do you want to be able to push this kind of marketing, like to level ourselves with the Vietnamese designers and the Thai designers that are literally being flocked to just to buy their pieces?
Yeah, I think you know, what's unique about the Philippines is that we're very global, like I mentioned. We're literally right smack in the middle of the East and the West in terms of style sensibilities. You know, we're highly influenced by the West, but we're in the East. So I think we're in a good position. We've always been in a good position. I think what was lacking in the Philippines, and I might get flack for this, is really unity. There's a lot of division in the country in a lot of ways, in a lot of aspects, and fashion is one of them. You know, I don't know if it's because, you know, we're an archipelago and we're just used to being so divided and doing our own things, but I think we are more than capable to go global. It's just that our neighbors have done it first because maybe they're more united than us. But I feel like if we all come together and work together towards one goal, which is to push Filipino fashion globally and to accept that the true Filipino identity is not necessarily with the ternos or the barongs. The true Filipino identity is anything that's made by a Filipino, whether it's a full leather fringe skirt or a basic black suit. If it's made by a Filipino, then that's Filipino fashion. And the sooner we accept that, the sooner we can go global.
I'm in awe with what he said because it's
Gusto mo
true. Yeah, and the winner is John Lozano. No, because true enough, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, right? And all these other islands that you were
We're
talking
islands,
about.
yeah.
Exactly. So,
That's his last name, Lozano. Luzon, Visayas,
Visayas,
Mindanao.
Mindanao. Oh.
In a way,
What's
yes,
in
yes,
a
yes,
name?
yes,
What's in a
yes,
name?
yes.
Okay. You're widely known for your style and, you know, taking care of other people's style as well. When did you have that switch on, that flicker, like, aha, I'm gonna do something more expensive.
I'm gonna produce.
I'm gonna be crazy and do this.
You know, I've always okay. So when I was starting out as a stylist, I actually used to work for Philippine Fashion Week as a stylist under the greats, which are Joey and Audie Espino. And you know, I've always been in awe of our designers, and the way they've staged Philippine Fashion Week before I was amazed, and that really influenced me. So at the back of my head, it's always been a dream to you know, carry that torch and to pay it forward. So it's not a switch that flicked, I guess, or at least not recently. It's always been there. It's just that the opportunity to do it came more recently. You know, I guess I've worked long enough and I've established myself long enough. Now I felt like it's the right time to do this.
And what were the challenges creating the first Manila Fashion Week?
Oh, one of the main challenges, at least the first one, because Manila Fashion Week was a spin-off of BYS Fashion Week. So one of the challenges in the first one, which was about 4 years ago, was just getting people to attend and convincing them that this was going to be something that they've never seen before, because there was no precedent when we did BYS Fashion Week. We did it differently, where we staged shows. We staged different shows. We had 6 different shows, all with different staging setup, and it was unheard of, at least here in Manila. We're so used to all the shows happening in one stage. All the designers would share the stage. There would be an LED screen. They would change the visuals. But what I wanted was for each show to have its own story, because I felt like for a designer to really push their message out there, they needed the storytelling. It's not just putting the clothes on a stage and calling it a day.
But how do you choose? Because you also have a limited time and space, right? How do you choose without getting into the intrigue? Because after all, fashion, you know, it comes with also its own stories and intrigue, right? Like, why did you choose me? Or bakit yan ang pinili? So how do you actually curate it?
Yeah,
There's
the
a-
balance, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of balance, there's a lot of factors. It's not just me choosing. You know, we have a team. We have a full team deliberating on who you know, we're gonna invite to do Fashion Week, but also it's based off of who wants to get the slot, because there are also designers who tell us they want to do a show. So there's a lot of factors. It's not just choosing a particular designer. We also take into consideration designers who have made significant movement, I guess, in this year. It's not just designers who are established perpetually. It's designers who made some noise for the current year. Yeah, so there's a lot of process in actually not choosing, but I guess awarding the slots to the designers per season.
And okay, there's a movement on Filipino identities when it comes to clothes. How do you feel about that? And of course, this platform that you're putting forward. Do you still want to see the ternos and the abels on the runway?
It depends on the designer. We give the designers full creative freedom on what they want to show. But as a step towards that, for the last season, we partnered with DOST-PTRI. So that's the Philippine Textile Research Institute of the Department of Science and Technology. What we did was we encouraged the designers to incorporate Filipino textiles in their collections. And we feel like that's a step towards really sort of having like a unique voice for our designs. At the very least, we use Filipino textiles made by local weavers. And this is something that we're very passionate about. Because like I said, Filipino identity transcends more than just aesthetics. It's how it's made, it's who makes it, and yeah, it's not just the traditional wear anymore.
Diba?
Okay, behind all the glamour, kasi fashion yan, they say when it comes to fashion, it is a huge gamble. Masakit sa bulsa. Is it?
Were they right?
You know, it depends. It depends on the person. It's how you. It depends on your preference, on what you like. Some people like more expensive things. Some people like more affordable things. So it can be expensive depending on your taste.
Okay. I don't know if you feel the same way, Jana, but more than the scene that we have here for local fashion and the stage that you provide, there is a larger stage that's happening in fashion, which for me shouldn't be, which is our sauna. What's your take on it? Oh, no, it's true. Because more people actually watch the sauna, aside from the wonderful news that will be given, for the fashion.
Oh, I
for its
covered that
fashion.
yearly.
Yeah. Oo.
Well, honestly, I don't see anything wrong with that. It's a free country. It's a free world. People are free to do as they please, watch shows for whatever aspect of it as they want. Obviously, you know, whenever there's people dressing up, it becomes a fashion event. Whether it be sauna or whether it be
A ball.
a graduation of a school, as long as people are dressed up, then it becomes a fashion event. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm all for these things because what this does is it pushes the industry forward. With sauna, it's a particular kind of fashion, which is the Filipiñanos and the ternos, which is fine. At the end of the day, all of these things will push Filipino fashion forward in different ways. And I encourage
Do you
it.
think, John, that Philippine retail or local retail is still being eaten up by global brands that are in the fast fashion category?
Yes and no, because we have a lot of local brands that are actually going global already. So we're going head to head with them. It's just that, you know, in the global scale of things, the Philippines is this, the world is this. So it's inevitable that there are more foreign retail brands coming in than Filipino brands going out. But I would like to believe we're very competitive. You know, our brands are not like at the bottom of the chain. We're up there. It's just that there's just a lot more competition. That's what I feel.
Do you think that there's, since the Philippines, we want to make it into a center, di ba? I mean, everybody's dream is to make it a center for shopping, tourism, and stuff like that. Do you think this is helping out our fashion community, wherein global brands are here also to stay and they're getting very popular as alongside Filipino brands?
Yeah. At the end of the day, if there are more choices, not just for Filipinos, but also for foreigners who are here, if there are more choices for them to shop in, then that's always good for the economy. It's always good for the country and the industry.
This is so weird, sweetie, because we're so
I know.
formal right now. But
you guys know each other so well.
no, but we've
My
actually had
question
a
should
show
be-
together. I was like,
My question should be, John, what's one thing about Ferdy that you cannot tell us but will tell us today?
oh my God.
Okay, let me count
No,
in my head.
Okay, he might kill me later on. Okay, let's do this instead. I wanna take advantage of you being here and you know, being a pro stylist. The holidays are coming. Do's and don'ts for dressing up.
Yes.
Okay, so this is something I'm passionate about because I don't really believe in do's and don'ts. It's more of, I guess, I'm a believer of you do you.
Okay, tips then.
Whatever you want, go for it. But for the holiday season, I guess, you know, if we're gonna talk about trends, there are certain trends now that are a little bit hotter, like statement skirts are good. Statement skirts are coming back, so I encourage the girls to wear a lot of statement skirts.
Pants
You
to
can,
Skirt now.
pants. Tomorrow, statement skirt.
you can wear like a black knit sweater, but pair it with like a statement skirt, and that would carry you through the holidays. Chunky sweaters are also good. Guys, I just want to remind you all, we always talk about how in the Philippines, why are you wearing a chunky sweater? It's so
It's so
hot.
warm, yeah.
Darling, everybody's always in the mall,
Air condition.
watching, yeah,
Okay.
taking Grab and whatnot. I understand there are people who don't, but it's the holiday season. What's, you know, tolerating the heat just for the holiday season? So, to go
For
back
fashion.
for fashion,
Fashion,
yes, chunky sweaters are good. It gives you that cozy vibe. You can pair it with a dress, wear it over a dress, wear it with pants, and I feel like that's gonna make your look holiday worthy.
Okay, what's one thing that you would never be caught dead on? I know you said there's no
With-
don'ts,
yeah.
but
Me wearing,
yes.
let me think. I would, you know, I would probably,
You can't answer it.
because I'd
Because
wear
no
anything.
don'ts.
You know, we're willing to try anything
Yes.
once.
Okay, so like
You
this
know,
na
Or
lang.
twice, or thrice.
Or thrice, you know.
Knock on wood.
Yes.
What is one outfit that you could wear forever until death do us
Oh,
part?
what I'm wearing now.
Ah, that's the uniform.
I hope, I aspire to make this a uniform. If I could wear black blazers every day, I would. But the reality is, I get bored easily, so I change it up. Like today, I'm wearing this. Tomorrow, I'll be probably in a yellow jacket. I don't know. But if I could wear one thing, and I'm left with one thing, it's this. It's a black blazer.
Well, you got it from style guru, expert, and producer, John Lozano. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you
your
so much.
time this
And we look
afternoon.
forward to your next year,
Yes,
next one,
yes,
next
next
year.
year. We'll
October.
keep doing it.
Yes. Thank you, John, and we
Thank
look
you.
forward to that.